If you want a mauling offensive lineman, look no further than Ikem Ekwonu, the left tackle out of North Carolina State. For as much of a technician as somebody like Alabama's Neal is, Ekwonu is pretty much the opposite. He is fundamentally raw, but the power and length certainly can't be taught. He explodes through contact, and his aggression and mentality are his best traits by far. Before we look at them further though, please do me a huge favor and like and subscribe to this channel. I would greatly appreciate it. So anyways, Ikem Ekwonu, or Icky for short, is one of the nastiest offensive linemen in all of college. He plays angry through every snap. He looks like he wants to kill you as he lines up for his punch. There were so many plays where he would bully a defensive lineman out of the frame and sometimes out of bounds. Even on run-pass options where he's not even on the front side of the play, he'll give it his all and he'll finish a player to the ground. His sustain and how he handles each snap is something that I really liked. The other thing that really appealed to me is how strong his hands are. He's a violent puncher and he uses his strong grip to twist a defender while he bulldozes him out of the way. He has really good movement skills, which means he can fit a variety of schemes. He can drive block in power, I can see him hit cutoff blocks in any sort of counter or gap style play, and I can also see him run zone as well. In terms of improvements, it's the consistency of his hand placement that needs to be worked on. In addition to this, he might need to tone down his aggression a bit. I love anger, but at times he can play a bit out of control and he'll miss blocks by running too wild and by lunging at his target. Now, as a pass blocker, his technique is very raw. He has inconsistent footwork, he tends to heel click when he kick steps backwards, his weight isn't always distributed in the right place, and he has a habit of stopping his feet to lunge at his target. His hands and feet aren't always connected together. Additionally, he can get a bit grabby and will get called for holding penalties too. The reason why he didn't allow a ton of pressures in college was mainly due to his power and length. To be fair, both these attributes are excellent, however, his technique will definitely need to be fixed. He will likely be a liability on the edge at least to start his career. Now with that being said though, he has flashed the traits of a top tier offensive lineman in college. He has the athleticism, length, and strength to punch and mirror a pass rusher outside. He flashed an amazing snatch and trap move that is going to be deadly in the NFL. He'll use his hands to slap down a pass rusher's outstretched arms and he'll flatten them legally to the ground. Also, I think his movement to run the arc with a speed rusher on the edge is very good too. He can flip his hips and will blow them past the quarterback. A moment ago, I mentioned pressure rate, and Icky was very good in this advanced stat. He only allowed a 2.7% pressure rate on his pass blocking attempts. This is obviously very good. To wrap this up, there's a lot to like about Ekwonu. His length and strength are clear pluses, he can move really well in space, he also gives 100% on every snap, and he's as pure of a mauler as you get. Yes, he can definitely be wild at times, and he's also very inconsistent in terms of his technique, however the positives more than outweigh the negatives. When it comes to Ekwonu, he deserves to be a top 10 pick in the NFL draft. Worst case, and I truly do mean this, is that if Icky doesn't develop as a pass blocker on the outside, he can always slide inside and be one of the best guards in football. He deserves the chance to develop that skill set, and I think with 2 or 3 seasons of hard work, he can become a very good left tackle in the pros. Well, that's all I have for you in this one. Next up, we'll be looking at more offensive line prospects. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, and keep a lookout for those. Thanks again. You can support me directly via my Patreon, link below. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at SamuelRGold.